Hello YouTube. So today is September 1st and I started my period yesterday, so I am not pregnant. I had really hoped that this was going to be my month, but I knew starting probably about 8 days past ovulation that um, it just wasn't looking good. I had a feeling that I was having all my PMS signs, so I thought, I'm out this month. And then I actually started my period fairly early, so only 12 days past ovulation. So this is the second month in a row that my period has started at 12 days, which is pretty early. Usually a normal luteal phase is between 12 and 14 days. Mine is usually 14. I've had as many as 15 days. Usually 13 to 14 days is mine, so I was a little surprised for 2 months in a row to have my period start 12 days. So let's see, what has happened since I last posted is I went to a naturopathic doctor just to kind of see the different side of things, and she was great. She is suggesting that I have Mimi, hey, come here, come here, come here, come here please. My dog is chewing on, come here, Mimi. On my son's toy, so I don't want her to choke on this. Toddlers, toys, and dogs, no, don't mix. So anyhow, what was I saying? So I went to a naturopathic doctor, and she suggested that I have some hormone testing just to see what my hormone levels are. She actually thinks that I could possibly have low progesterone levels after I ovulate, which A, you need to have a certain level to get pregnant, and B, you need to have a certain level to stay pregnant. So the fact that I did have a miscarriage could not be because of my hormones, but it could be. So I'm going to do a saliva test. So basically from the day I start my period until the next time I start my period, I actually am going to be spitting in these little tubes and freezing them, and then sending it to this company who is going to check my hormone levels. You can have a blood test, or you can have a urine test, and they usually have you take those tests on a specific day of your cycle, but the naturopathic doctor said that just tells you what's going on that specific day, which is good. It tells you, something. But this particular hormone testing that I'm going to have will actually tell me what goes on in my cycle every day for a month. So it's just more comprehensive. So I say, what the hey. She also suggested, this is the tough one, that I change my diet significantly because my diet sucks. I eat a lot of fast food, and my husband and I don't do a lot of cooking. We barbecue every now and again, and I'll make dinner. Probably I'd say we eat at home. We always eat at home, but we'll eat an actual meal maybe 2 days a week. Other than that, it's like cereal, snacky type stuff, crackers. I'll have a sandwich, something like that. So I cook great for my son. He eats really well, but if I ate what he ate, I'd have a much better diet. I don't like all the vegetables, so whatever. So she suggested a huge change in my diet. She actually suggested gluten-free, sugar-free, and dairy-free. And this is also because of that sinus infection thing, or sinus problem that I've been having since Easter. It still hasn't completely gone away, so she thinks it will also help with that, especially the no dairy and the no gluten. So she said to try it for 3 weeks and see if I noticed a difference. She also had me change the prenatal vitamin that I was taking. I have a really hard time swallowing pills, It's a mental thing. I will sometimes just cannot swallow a pill and end up, gagging on it or spitting it out or whatever. So she suggested capsules, which are a lot easier to swallow. They're just not as, they're just not as hard, and a specific a specific prenatal, as well as a DHA for fish oil, basically. And then she also suggested a probiotic. I couldn't find the probiotic. She said I should be able to get it at Pharmaca or Whole Foods, or we have this other little health store in town, but it wasn't at any of those places. And in fact, at Pharmaca they said that it might actually be discontinued, so I've emailed her and asked her if she has another suggestion for a probiotic. But I'm on day 6 of my diet. I guess you call it a diet. It's not a calorie restricting diet, but it's definitely a change in diet. And I am probably struggling most with the sugar-free. Dairy-free, not such a big deal. I love cheese, but I can do without it. And I just substitute soy milk for milk. So I have soy milk in my coffee in the morning or with cereal. That's fine. So that hasn't been a problem. Gluten-free hasn't really been that big of a deal either. I love bread, so I've had to give that up, but they have tons of gluten-free products in the stores. It's just, I personally could continue eating this way. I don't know if I financially can continue eating this way. Healthier foods are so much more expensive. It's crazy. I mean, a box of crackers, gluten-free crackers was like $5. Whatever. And it's a much smaller package than like, Ritz or something. Anyhow, so between the diet, the saliva testing, she's also checking my thyroid functioning, because I guess thyroid and hormone production kind of go hand in hand, or something about my thyroid and hormones. I don't really remember. Anyhow, I'm just following what she told me to do. And let's see. Since I didn't get pregnant this month, I'm kind of worried about the next 2 months, actually, because this month, so the month of September, right during my fertile window, my family's all going on vacation together. In fact, we will be on vacation together during my fertile window, which is really not that big of a deal, but seeing as how my husband was having a hard time performing last month due to pressure, I can only imagine what it will be like having my mom and dad in the room next door, and my sister and her husband down the hall. So I don't know how this month is going to go. And also, I'm driving up with my sister on Tuesday, and my husband's coming on Wednesday. So at least if we had sex in the morning on Tuesday and then in the evening on Wednesday when he came in, we wouldn't miss any days. But I don't know. I'm just a little worried about how this is going to go. But this is also the month that I'm doing my hormone spit test thing, so no real changes are being made except for with my diet. Then next month, so in October, I am flying to go visit some friends, and of course when I planned on going, it sounded like the weekend of the 8th of October would be perfect, and then when I did the math, I realized that's probably also going to be during my fertile window. And as we get closer to that date, I'm realizing that it's probably most definitely going to be during my fertile window. So I will be taking a red eye, because it's cross country. I'm going to be taking a red eye Thursday night, gone Friday, gone Saturday, gone Sunday, and back on Monday. And so missing those 3 days, I think is going to make that month a wash. So I'm just feeling like the next 2 months are not